differentiate between creativity and accomplishment?
What is the difference between creativity and accomplishment? Do you want a definition? Then you will have to look up a dictionary. Or do you want to find out by inquiring, thinking over together, the question of what is creativity and accomplishment? To accomplish something and to create something. Can there be any form of creativity if there is any contradiction within oneself? Can there be creativity in frustration? Or does creativity take place when the mind is completely harmonious, without any distortion? You know, especially in this country, if I may point out, frustration has become an extraordinarily important thing. One feels there is a magic in frustration. And one feels there is a power in frustration. The writers, the intellectual people are actually very frustrated human beings. And in that frustration, with its strains and tensions, they are capable of writing something or other. And that they consider creativity. And if one really goes into it very, very closely, what is it to be creative? And why does one want to be creative? Do you understand? Why this craving to be creative? To show off? To have money? To have prestige? To have fame? To be applauded? Or creativity has nothing whatsoever to do with social applause. So one has to go into this question, if you want to, whether creativity demands expression at all. And is not all expression self-expression? And can there be creativity when the self is all important, which demands expression? Are we sharing this thing together, moving together? Or the frustrated human beings feel that they must create instead of finding out what it means to be frustrated. What does it mean to be frustrated? In frustration, is there comparison? measurement. I compare myself with the most famous man. He is well known, writes well, applauded, has a good house, big car, and naturally in California, a swimming pool. And I feel rather inferior, frustrated in comparison. And I want to be as creative as that man. And his creation comparative. And his creation a thing of thought. And when there is creation, does it demand self-expression at all? Or creation comes into being only when the self is not? When the ego, the personality, the shoddy little movement of the me is not. Then there is a possibility of that state when there is creativity, which may or may not demand any form of expression. Look, sir, when there is tremendous joy, not pleasure, which is entirely different from pleasure, you forget all expression. There is a sense of great ecstasy, beauty. And we lose it. And remember the moment of that joy and ecstasy and want to recapture that moment. The desire to recapture that moment is pleasure. It's nothing whatsoever to do with ecstasy or joy. And what is accomplishment? To accomplish something, to build a bridge, to pass an exam, to accomplish. What has accomplishment anything to do with creativity? Obviously not. So, if one really pursues deeply and seriously this whole question of creation, one must go into this question of self-expression, in which lies frustration, accomplishment, achievement, and so on, success. And for most of us, the goddess of success is the greatest goddess, which has nothing whatsoever to do with creation.